Okay, ladies and gentlemen, bit of cuteness, thank you. You all enjoyed your food, you did? All well looked after? You look, see a few buttons open and a few jackets open, so you must have enjoyed your food. Looking on behalf of the club again, thank you very much for being here. Obviously, we've over 200 people in the room, which is a great testament to the club and how people feel for the club to come here tonight. Obviously, we have a lot of people from high places, low places, but they all mean a lot to us. A lot of people that are not here, like Jimmy Dearden, Noel Ryan, Tommy Paisley, and many others that have throughout the years not here, sadly missed. Tonight we have with us FEI CEO John Delaney and his partner Renna. He was waiting I'm finished because he'll be clapping all night. From the FEI Junior Council we've Dennis Cruz and his wife Ursula. We've one of the men who had a huge part in getting the club on the road, Mr. Fran Ray in the DDSL. 51 years involved in the DDSL, well done Fran. We've the DDSL chairman Paddy Dempsey. From the Leinster Senior League we've the vice chairman Tony Carney, secretary Pat Kieran and his wife Amanda, fixture secretary and former player Big Rog and his partner Caroline, and Mick Bourne. From the AUL, who I would class as no disrespect to anyone else, but a true gentleman, Paddy McGrath. From the SFEI, we have Martin Hanlon and his wife Louise. We have apologies from Peter Doyle of the LFA. We have apologies from Brian Kerr, who, along with Fran, at that time, back in 1967, I think Brian was their first manager, first person to win a trophy with Crumlin, and obviously went on to manage the senior national team. Unfortunately, he can't be here. We have Father Alan Moles, who again, back in the early years, was a huge help to Crumlin United, and as everyone knows in Crumlin, Group Crumlin is Father Alan. He had so many kids in the area. Well done, Father. Our local councillors, we have Ray McHugh and Pat Dunn, representing their football partners from St Pat's. We have Gerard O'Brien, Anthony Delaney, Richie O'Neill, you get that right? Christy O'Neill. Thanks very much for coming. As you know, with the League of Ireland thing in place and the underage football, we've linked with Pats and it's going really well for us. Okay? From our local sporting groups, we've our partners in Pearse Park, Crumlin GAA, Graham Joyce and his partner Linda, and one of our famous boxers, Philip Sutcliffe. From the FEI coaching department, we have Trapattoni Paul Martin and his partner Katrina, and we've the RDO in the area, Mark Kenny and his wife Monica. Both of them done some coaching with me at Crumlin and done really well, and in fairness, they managed to turn our venue in Pearse Park in one of the top coach education places to do C licenses, B licenses, E licenses, F licenses, all the licenses. It's a really good venue. There was one on during the week, I think it was 27, 28 people at it. I think Paul McKay was the new Trapattoni, Paul, yeah? From the media, we've Eamon Scott and the Herald Striker. We have apologies from Noel Feary. And we've Stephen Leonard and his partner Simone from the Echo newspaper, formerly the Tal Echo. Both have been huge for us over the long years. From our sponsors, which we have numerous, we've two here tonight. Mark Hutchinson from Sunflower Takeaway, who've been great to us over the last couple of years. And Kevin Smith and his family. Kevin would have played for us, played against us. And they help us along with the gear this year. The service is quite good. Thank you. From the FEI Amateur and National Squads, where we've had huge success over the last 10 years in such a short period to have so many players capped, which is between 17 and 19. We've Jerry Smith, who managed the team for 20 years. We've Jerry Davis, who's now the manager. And we've John McNamara, who does everything to keep the two boys moving along. Welcome. Representing their club, basically everyone's here is representing their club, but obviously you have to mention a few. Unfortunately, the man who started all, Jimmy Dearden, is not here, but his son is Jim and his daughter Lorna. A big round of applause for them because their father had a huge part in this club. Another man had a huge part and unfortunately he's not here. Noel Ryan. His partner Bridie and a friend Anne here is here, so well done, thank you for coming along. Unfortunately Tommy Paisley, another family member, has passed away and we couldn't manage to locate any of his family, but I'm sure he's looking down on us. And Tommy Johnson, who out of the forward is still alive, but unfortunately his family couldn't come, Tommy's not well. So again, all these people, you know, we wouldn't be here without them. We also have a member who would have been my first manager in Crumlin when he signed under 12, going under 13, Paddy Baker. Unfortunately, Paddy's passed away, but Pat and 6 or 7 of his family is here, so thanks very much for coming along. Our former chairman, and obviously our current chairman, Sean Wallace, here somewhere. I'm sure you'll see him floating around. He's night off tonight with the camera, he doesn't need his camera. Unfortunately, Tony Lee couldn't be here, but the rest of our former chairman is here as far as I know. Paddy Lochran, Dougie Hegarty, George Merrigan, Jerry McGuigan, and obviously our present chairman, Sean Wall. President and former committee men who are here, and again, some of these people, the work they put in over the years, you couldn't quantify in volunteer time. Liam Merrigan, treasurer for long years, great friend to the club. Paul Brady, who had the honourous task of taking over from Jimmy Dearden, only many years ago. But again, Paul done huge work for the club, moved on to the FAI, and now was working in other places. Again, Paul, thanks very much. Jerry McGuigan, some people call him Kofi Annan, because the work he's done, not just for Crumlin Football Club, but Crumlin area. This fella managed to convince the City Council not to allow keep one swimming pool open, but 3. So again, Jerry, the work you've done in the area over the years, and you're still knocking on the door, give us the hammer needed. Thanks very much. Okay, we'll move on. Tony Carney, who was a member of the first Crumlin team back in 1968 to win a trophy. He was also the member of the first senior team in 1985 to win a trophy. And he's had a few years out, but he's still here now. Since Noel Ryan passed away, he's been a great help to me in and around the leagues and doing small bits and pieces and helping out when he can. Thanks very much, Tony. If I forget anyone, apologies, but we'll keep going. We have a number of our former managers here, who again, over the years, you know, in the early years, the trophies came, make up one this year and one in 3 years, but, you know, they were really important trophies. Mick Donegan, Desi McGowan, unfortunately Desi's not here, but Mick Donegan was part of our under 12 team in '92, I think it was, that won the Norton Cup down Harris Cross Stadium. It would have been our first All-Ireland. Well done. Ben Callan, Johnny Sottensey, and a couple of players, Gary Power and Sean Murray, who were the first team to win the Premier League in '91, and they also won the Leinster Youth Cup that year, beating Belvedere in Talcott Park by 1-0. I think it was Alan Cowell scored a goal again. Thanks very much, the work you've done. And before you clap, in fairness, all these people I'm talking about, you're looking at 20, 30 years ago, and they're still in and around the place, giving the dig out, and it's great. Thanks very much. Volunteers who have helped immensely for me anyway, certainly at senior level and in the park and doing the stuff that nobody wants to do, carry the goals out, fill the water bottles, look after bits and pieces. Both of them are here. Screaming at school, Mickey Brennan and Pat Moore. Thanks very much, both of you. From our current committee, we've Paul Webb, Paul Donnelly, Paul McCabe, who all do great work. Look, the amount of work these lads do is unrelenting. My own wife down there, Brenda, you know, we're married 23 years. Somebody said to me, how are you married so long? I said, I've only seen her for about 20, or about 5. I've been in the park at 28. But again, look, my family in general have been great. I think there hasn't a year gone by where some member of our family has been involved in the club, whether it's playing, managing, coaching, volunteering, making flags. So again, to you all, thanks very much. I also see a lot of other people down there that obviously hasn't got on my list, but like Paul Coolin, Gary O'Rourke, John Kavanagh, Joe Bourne, Jerry Butler, the work you've done over the years. Joe was manager at first, Leinster Senior League, major 1 Saturday winning team, and that was 97, and Jerry Butler was the first man to bring us to the FAO Senior Cup up in the Brandywell on the 11th of January 1997. We got beaten 5-0, but Owen Cole didn't score, but I was marking him. Okay, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who want to get more drink and have a dance the night away. But before that, obviously, we have a couple of people who'd like to say a few words. And the first man I'd ask to say a few words is CEO of the FAI, John Delaney.
They're the lads who were asking me all night, is Emma with you? Because they just want a photograph with Emma and not with me. So well done, guys. Listen, we're delighted to be here to be with what is one of the great intermediate clubs in this country, and I don't say that lightly. Tripping Schoolboys Club as well. They're busy times at the moment. As done the Kearney the other night with Emma and St. Malachy's. We've got a cup final tomorrow. This night week we play Denmark in a really big game. Please God, please God. Can I say one thing? Tell you what now. Father Alan is here, isn't he? Father Alan. Tell you what I'm going to do now, because we need everybody on our side. Tell you what, Father Alan, we're playing Denmark in Dublin Tuesday week. I'm going to bring you to the game VIP because we want all the help we have. I said Father Alan, that's. So, anyhow, with all this going on, I thought it was really important to be here tonight to celebrate one of the finest clubs in our country, which Crumlin United really are. And they were formed 50 years ago with a row with Fran Ray, I believe. But in football, you need 3 things. You need people, you need programmes, and you need infrastructure. And the club has 21 teams, 8 schoolboys teams, 3 senior teams, run by 3 great leagues, the Leinster Senior League, of course, and the DDSL. But 600 members from under 6 upwards is a real reflection of what the club does, not only for elite football, but also in the community. It's got an artificial pitch in Pearse Park, one of the finest in Ireland, obviously UEFA approved. And looking at the website tonight, over 100 honours between runners-up and winners, 100 times, over 100 times in the history of the club is unbelievable. 6 Leinster Senior Leagues, 4 intermediate cups. I've been there a couple of times, and it was, you know, Matt knows this. It was a big dream of mine, because when I played soccer with St. Michael's Football Club in Tipperary Town when they won the Junior Cup in 1974, I felt that every player should have the right to play in the National Stadium. And of course, the cup final is there tomorrow. The national team will be there against Denmark Tuesday week. But it's really important to me that the top amateur players get to play at the Aviva on the biggest day of their careers, and it's tremendous that Crumlin United can come to the Aviva Stadium, play in a national final in front of their own people, and hug out in the same dressing room that one of their own heroes, Robbie Keane, does, and actually get to play in our national stadium. That was important to me, and I'm delighted, Martin, you got that honour. Well done to you for all the trip. Club has played in big games. I know Dundalk in the FAI Cup this year, Jake Donnelly scored. The under-15 link-up, which Martin referred to, is really important with St. Pat's because it gives the kids in the area the ability to play National League football at 13s and time, 15s, 17s and 19s. I know Paul Martin and Mark Kenny will speak very highly of the help that they get in terms of having a coach education facility in Pearse Park. That's just what I would call cooperation between the National Association, the clubs and its leagues and our staff to make sure every kid gets the opportunity to play and every administrator gets the proper coaching. The great players have been produced in Conor Clifford, Richie Towell, Andy Boyle, Robbie Keane is a great friend of both Emma and I. It's just a testament to the great players that have come through. But when I was looking up the website, I saw there's a human side to everything you do. There should be in football because we're all human at the end of the day. When we win games, we're delighted. When we lose games, we suffer. When you see your kids play, you want them to do well. But I was looking at the website, I saw a young boy called Sean White. He's an under-11 goalkeeper who broke his arm. He broke his arm. Who's here tonight belong to? But you know what? Along with that, he's going to come VIP to the Denmark game because I think that's the right thing to do. That is not an excuse for every young kid in Crumlin to break their arm between now and Tuesday, right? Please. So, anyhow, if we don't win the 2 games, we'll be breaking someone's leg, don't worry about it. But anyhow, in closing, I said you need programs, you need infrastructure, you need people. So to have a great club, you need great people, and it's my special honour tonight to give a special award to one of intermediate football's finest legislators, really the man who makes Crumlin United take over week after week. And what we do every year at our AGM, which is in Cork next year, we give national awards to people at grassroots level who develop the game. This is not for political people, it's for people who actually develop the game day in, day out, give their life to the club and ensure that the kids, those 600 kids, can play. So I'm delighted tonight to announce that Martin Loughran will get a national award for his contribution to Irish football.
Okay, right lads, thank you. John, thanks very much. Thanks lads. Look, it's obviously a great honour, but look, we do what we do because we love it. Simple as that. We've had, 43 years of football in Crumlin. Couldn't have asked for a better time. Some of the lads that have gone through from our club, obviously Robbie Keane, top of the pops, international footballer. We produced musicians, we produced some really good fellas over there. Older fellas, younger fellas, 2010, team of the decade. What we achieved that year will never be achieved again. I can't see it anyway. We won every trophy in Intermediate football. I think somebody said we won the dog show with a cat. But it's not all about winning. It's about people really. I mean, we have people here that obviously they play here as kids, they played as senior players, they've managed, they've coached, now the kids are playing. That's what it's about. So that's a testament to Crumlin, that people all the time, what you say to people, you go out the door, it won't be closed, you always come back. And you do always come back. And thanks very much for coming back. Thank you. And before we call the rest of a couple more fellas to say a few words, just, we found you down there, some of them there. Thanks very much. Okay. As we know, I think we've had 17 players capped at amateur international level over a 10-year period. I won't name them all, but accumulated the amateur international team getting to the Regents Cup final in 2015 in Tallaght Stadium, where we had 4 players involved and he won it. Huge achievement. Jerry Smith, who managed that team for 20 years, is here. And just ask Jerry to say a few words on his thoughts of work with the Crumlin players and the input they gave to the squads over the years that he was there. Jerry Smith.
You caught me on this one, sorry. Well, I don't know how you follow John for starters, and he's giving away, but I have nothing to give away, okay, so get that one out of the way. But I just want to say it's absolutely a real pleasure to be here. I'm delighted, I'm just overwhelmed to be here for starters with this smashing club. As Martin said, I spent probably 19, 20 years managing the amateur side. Initially it was just juniors, and kind of our first gigs away in Europe, we got beaten 3-0, 4-0, and I think it was 2-0, and we were lucky to get 0, and that's the way it was. So then after that, the intermediates were incorporated into the regime, and that's when we really kicked it on. And I can safely say, without the intermediate section helping us out, we would never have achieved what we achieved in Tallaght in 2015, and we had some fantastic players from the intermediate section all over the country, Munster and Leinster and everywhere, and it was great to have it in 2015. Martin says, I think, was it 17, 18, between 17 and 20 players we capped in Crumlin, and each and every one of them were absolutely 100% deserving of their cap. They were fantastic people on the pitch, fantastic people off the pitch, and not only that, we always got, when Martin and the crew came and supported us all over Europe, it was great to have them there. You come down and you see the little leprechaun running around the place on the and taking photos. Anything that moved got a photograph. It was great stuff. I'd say he's well known all over Europe. But when we picked the team, the one sure thing from Martin and the rest of the crew was, if a Crumlin fellow wasn't in it, they were obviously disappointed, but their whole purpose was to be there to support the team. They never ever gave us one bit of, what would you say, bad manners, and we always went and had a drink that night or whatever it was. Martin had his coffee now and again, and they always stayed with us every way. And I can tell you now, if the rules hadn't been for, say, League of Ireland players or anybody that played in the League of Ireland, I think that number would have doubled in Crumlin. So Jerry Davis, my new man in now, he has no pressure. He has to cap at least 35 from Crumlin. So in 10 years' time, make sure he's back up here, getting all you fellas back in there. We would have had a lot more, except for the rule that was introduced. If you played League of Ireland, you couldn't play. So we got Martin Kramer in on one gig. We were allowed to do that, and he was one fella we could have really had. Where is he? He's down there somewhere. And the other nice one was Paul McCabe winning the International Player of the Year, and it was thoroughly deserved. I often see it. Anyway, his mother and father wouldn't let me off for a pass match if they see me down there. They'd be throwing bottles or something at me. But just to finish up, I mean, the people in Crumlin, they're absolutely, I don't know how they do it. The dedication that they give from John has all the stats there. I didn't see all the stats. I wasn't even meant to be up here, but as I said to you, I'm shaking like a leaf. I'd rather be in a dressing room talking to the players, but anyway, we'll get on with it. But these guys here, they just remind me, I don't know how they find the time to put so much effort into Crumlin United. It's kind of like a little story or a joke, you probably heard it anyway. They just remind me of the mad kind of Glasgow Celtic supporter, you know, and he heads off on the Saturday over to see Celtic. He's on the plane, arrives into Glasgow to discover that they put the match off till Monday night. So, as a good Celtic fellow, what does he do? Straight to the bar until Monday. So he stays there all day, arrives home on Tuesday, and she's waiting in the hallway for him. And she says, where were you? I was on a match until now. It was a cup match. It went to extra time and penalties. Who was playing? Celtic. And she says, well, I think you love Celtic more than you love me. He says, I fucking love Rangers more than you. And that's for Crumlin, so there you go. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Sherry. Thanks, Sherry. Okay. We have a couple of our local councillors down there, Pat Dunn and Ray McHugh. We'd like to go up and maybe say a few words on behalf of what Crumlin do in the community. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you. Just to thank Martin and Sean for the invite here tonight. I've worked with Sean and the Crumlin United for many years with all their complaints and things they wanted from the council, and Pat and myself in particular have worked very well together in achieving and getting stuff for Crumlin United. Myself, I'm involved in, well, was involved in football, in schoolboy football, going back years from Celtic, from Castle Celtic to St John Bosco with my good friend Paul Martin, and we played many times against Crumlin, and it was always a great competition between the two. But the thing I want to say is the amount of effort that's put in from people volunteering and working with the kids and bringing them up to her, and the amount of effort that's put in to keep the kids involved in football and keep them out of trouble. I mean, it's not. I really don't think it's appreciated, the amount of work that's put in and the amount of kids that we've saved and kept from drugs and getting into trouble through football and through sports. And a lot of it can be at the expense of your own family, and it can be. But just to thank them for the night and wish them the very best for the future.
Thanks, Ray. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martin. Martin, you nearly had me as worried as you had Stephen Kenny worried when we were playing them down in the Ivy grounds at half time. I seen Stephen Kenny and the Dundalk football team didn't know I hit them when Crumlin United came in force. And it was a testament to how this club has progressed over the years. I have to confess, I'm originally from Kimmish, not from Crumlin, and we know where the dividing line was, Bangor Road. So I played in the schoolboy football for Larkview. And those Crumlin derbies, I remember the ones, particularly Windmill Wasps. I don't know whether anybody here remember that. Yeah, you probably, Martin said he played with them. Look at football, boxing, GAA, all those activities is what makes up a community. I see the lads from the boxing club and the GAA club. We have in our area one of the best communities that you could ever find anywhere in the city. But we have a media who tries to portray Crumlin and areas like Crumlin as being ghettos and whatever. Tonight is a testament that Crumlin people, sports people, will always overcome and will always give our kids and our community what they deserve by through volunteerism. And whatever I can do and Ray can do, whatever at council level, to improve the facilities for the generations coming up, we will do so. Thank you very much, Martin. I want to say thanks to Sean and Jerry, and I'm going to mention Helen Cullen, who I know would have been behind organising tonight's meeting, so thank you too, Helen. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you. Okay, obviously we all know we had I think every player that played for us was famous, certainly in my eyes they were anyway, but we obviously had one that went right to the top. Unfortunately, Robbie Keane can't be here this evening. He's managed to get a contract in India. Best of luck to him, hope he does well. We'd love him to be here, but unfortunately he can't. But he sent us a message, so just watch the screens and we'll listen to the message and a bit of footage from Robbie playing for Ireland. Okay. It will work.
Hi Martin and Sean and everybody associated with Crumlin Utd Football Club. Very, very unfortunate I can't be there this evening. Believe it or not, I'm still playing football and still banging the goals. I've got unbelievable memories from Pearse Park and Jem Lockwood and Larry Fox turning up a Saturday morning playing against your rivals, and a lot of people from Crumlin and my family there watching me on the sideline and watching everybody associated with Crumlin. The great history and the tradition that Crumlin Utd have. I just wanted to wish you a happy 50th anniversary, and I'm sure you'll have a great evening. Hope you see you all soon. God bless.
Obviously Robbie couldn't be here, but Graham and Robbie's brothers here. Graham also played for Crumlin, schoolboy and senior. Thanks very much for coming along, Graham. I think we have a bit of footage from Robbie. Have you scoring a goal or two, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I mean the amount of profile and publicity that Alice gave us over the last 20 years since he left us as a young, scrawny 16-year-old. What he done for the club over them 20 years has been immense, and again, Graham, you can pass it on to Robbie. Thanks very much, and the message is much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, back to the football table. Chairman of the DDSL, Paddy Dempsey. You say a few words. Thanks, Paddy.
I'd just like to say, on behalf of the DDSL, it's a privilege to be here tonight. I've been involved with Crumlin, I suppose, back to my refereeing days, and I probably refereed half the people that are in this room. But I know Martin going back about 20 years, 25 years, and we've never had a crossword. I don't know whether that's good or bad. But the people in Crumlin, all the volunteers that went before Martin and after Martin, you know, that will follow on from Martin, they're all the great debt of gratitude for what they've done for the youth and the young kids of Crumlin. And likewise, you know, all other areas around Dublin that put all the time and the effort into young children playing football. Like Jerry said, the new manager at the intermediate has to cap 35 young Crumlin players. But the crop of kids coming through Crumlin now that represent the DDSL at the various squads, that won't be a problem. They've got a huge amount of talent. There's a huge amount of effort that goes in from all the coaches and from the parents. Everybody involved in schoolboy football are all volunteers basically. And you know, everybody here should give themselves a round of applause for all that they've done, because it's a huge thankless job for everybody. The DDSL are synonymous with winning the Kennedy Cup. I won't brag, John. It's been played 39 times and the DDSL have won it 31 out of 39. We let our country cousins in now and every now and again to win one or two. But out of those 31, Crumlin have been represented nearly every single year with players. And going back to the golden age, Conor Clifford, Aaron Aaron Doran, Gavin Manning, and Gunning and all those. So there's great kids that come out of Crumlin, and hopefully a lot more will come out in the future. I'm not going to waffle on anymore, but I'd just like to make a presentation to Martin on behalf of the DDSL.
Thank you, Paddy. Thanks very much. Okay, we also have the Vice Chairman of the Leinster Senior League, Tony Carney. I think he wants to, he's a bit shy, he's not going to talk, but he certainly wants to, oh, he's coming up, he will say something. Thanks, Tony.
The Chairman can't be here this evening, he's on the airplane at the moment. I'm not a great public speaker, but I will say that we as a league are very proud to have Crumlin United. We're also very proud to have a Martin Loughlin with, as the chairman of the DDSL said, going back to his refereeing days, I go back to my refereeing days in the Leinster Senior League, and Martin Loughlin, I could see what he was doing. I come from a working class community myself, and the work that he does, even though Crumlin excel on the football field, the work that people don't see is behind the scenes, where they also excel at keeping young lads out of trouble. As I said, again, I'm not a great public speaker, so I'd just like to make a presentation from the Leinster Senior League to Crumlin United.
Thanks, Tom. Again, thanks very much, Tony, for the kind words and for the awards. And look at, a bit of quiet, lads, a bit of quiet, we're nearly there. The awards, obviously, you know, I'm up here, my name's been mentioned, but the awards are for everyone. And I can't specify enough the amount of work that lads behind the scenes, players, managers, coaches, people filling the water bottles, putting in the goals, my wife washing the gear, all the other fellas' wives washing gear. That's what the awards are for. It's not just for the people that up here that, you know, you see. There's loads of people you don't see. Thanks very much to you all. Okay, from a club's point of view, we looked at it and said, right, who can we give awards to? And we had decided to give awards to all the people that deserve awards. We'll probably be here till Monday morning. Okay, so the award from me to all you out there is thanks very much for all the work you've done. But there's certainly one man that we decided we give an award to. He's probably, I would say, the memory man of certainly the DDSL. The memory man we all know, Jimmy McGee, passed away unfortunately a couple of months ago. But Fran Ray will be the memory man for the DDSL. And I only heard last week at the meeting that he's retiring this year after 51 years service to schoolboy football. I don't know who's going to replace him, but he wears size 20 shoes, so they're big shoes to fill. I just asked Fran to come up, say a few words. Thanks, Fran. Thanks very much. Obviously, you know, we're all legislators, and I know Paul Brady was a good legislator here. Obviously, I'm here now, but the amount of, you know, advice you get from this man, and obviously Jimmy Dearden and Nolan Ryan, certainly for me, there were 3 people that helped me along the way to be where we are today. You know, if you want to know something about Raoul, Fran will tell you, and he's helped me to manipulate them many a times. He didn't know that, but he did. Okay? Fran, I know, you know, back in 1967 there's numerous different stories about how this club was formed. Obviously it's in the book. I know the lads spoke to you, Sean and Tony. But I'll ask you, you know, what's your memories of way back in 67 when the kids weren't allowed in and whatever happened back in Mooney's pub? Can you tell us?
Hello, nigger. I'm delighted to be here. In fact, I'm delighted to be anywhere. Now, this time last year I was nearly croaking it. I had a very serious operation, but I'm coming around. Now, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But at my age, I had a big hoolie here 3 weeks ago. I was 80. And this looks like it's going to be about a gig, so I'm glad I'm not a man. But to tell the story of Crumlin Utd, I was good way out to it, you know. And I ended up running the first team. I was on the schoolboy committee, and I said I can't run things and be on the committee. And Jem Kennedy, who was my mentor, said, it's nothing to do with schoolboy football. He said, you're on the committee here, and you. So we were playing Shamrock Rovers in the LFA Cup on a Thursday in August. And I was inside on the line. And of course, my local, I live in Royal Lane, was the pub in Crumlin. I went around as happy as I was, and of course, a few people in there now, I could be there, the holidays were on the builders and they were well up. And I won't tell you the language, here he is now, we'll tell him. I didn't know, it was me they were talking about. The cheekiest, putting at the kids. What kids? What are you talking about? You're putting at the kids in. I didn't know what he was talking about. It was Brian Kerr, 9 years of age, a fellow called Brendan Carl, who was spoke like a young one. And I was screaming, he's like Paddy Clark, you know. I come up the terrace, Somerville Avenue, and of course there was a man at the gate, you know. Now when they get old, they got good time for standards and you know. And they come up to the door and he says, here, shut up. So I called him my word that I wouldn't do it, he called me no fucker. So we wouldn't let them in. Now I still inside shouting and roads were beating us. I went round to the pub, didn't know a word about it. So Tommy Paisley, who you spoke about, and Jimmy Deering, they were coming up the avenue at the same time as the kids were going down. Where he's going, we're going back, so they wouldn't let us in. Of course, Tommy said, if we wouldn't let you in, we're not going in. So there was them started around the pub. So they decided then that we're on their own club. And I can tell you, Mark, it's the best thing I ever done to boycott that, because this is a wonderful thing and a wonderful club, Crumlin Utd. So I take full credit of that.
Thanks, Fran. Thank you. Just like to make a special award to you for your service to schoolboy football, not just in Dublin, but in Ireland and probably across Europe. Thanks very much, Fran. Okay, nearly there. Just before we finish off, Obviously, a couple of people I'd like to thank from our club, from senior end and schoolboy end. The amount of friends I have made. Most of them are here. Obviously, some of them couldn't make it. But the group over the right hand corner over there, former and present senior players, coaches, the joy you have gave me as a person, I couldn't quantify. Thanks very much. Thank you. Okay. As you see, the 50th anniversary booklet put together over many months by Sean and Tony Carney. I used to ask Tony to come up because he put a huge amount of work into this. Tony, come on up. Tony Carney, yeah? You're looking at me there, yeah? You're coming up. And Sean, come on in, Sean. Any spelling mistakes, you can blame Sean, alright? Like 50 years, you know, how do you remember everything? It's very hard. They've done a really good job. Got most of the stuff in that you would want in a book. You know, if you would put everything in, the book would probably be this thick. Okay, but for me, to the pair of you, the work you've done on this and the amount of stuff you've covered, thanks very much. And really well done. I'd ask Tony and Sean to go out there and get a photograph with the book. And if you want to get any of your friends or people that you feel up around just to get the photograph, well then, so be it. We have plenty of time for that. Okay?
I'm a bit like J.D. Smith here, I wasn't expecting this. 18 months ago, the crowd of us got together and I was kind of nominated to see if I could put together maybe some sort of a team or something to do something like this for this date. The book is basically a contribution from hundreds and hundreds of people. It's their memories, their reminiscences about what happened all through the years. Some far away, some obviously more recent. We spoke to loads of people, also through social media. We got loads of information about it as well. I just can't think of the amount of people that's involved in it. What I will say is that there's people that can do a bit of writing, and there's people that are writers. Some of the stuff in the book is about me as somebody that can do a bit of writing. But for anybody that over the next few days or whatever takes a bit of time to actually read the book, they'll recognise the difference, as I did, with being able to do a bit of writing and being a writer. But there's a part in the book written by Eamon Scott, and it's Eamon's personal contribution of his memories of a lot of the players that he would have dealt with over the years and on his travels, as with a lot of the people with J.D. Smith's team. And the contribution is just amazing. And when I read it, you know, I certainly felt deeply humbled. And it taught me the difference as somebody that's able to do a little bit of writing and a writer. So Eamon, I'd like to thank you very, very much for your contribution to that. It was absolutely brilliant. We did meet, as Martin mentioned earlier on, we did meet Fran, we met Brian Kerr, we met loads of people over the years just for all the contributions. And as Martin said, we could have done 100 books. It's just what you put into it, what you leave out of it, you know. But we came up with this. What I would also like to say is, while I was the person nominated to do it, I certainly probably would have got through it, you know, with a lot of the contributions from some of the people. But without Sean Wall, I definitely would not have got through it. He was amazing where we were in town. I would also like to thank Sean's daughter, Audrey, who was a dab hand at typing, because I'm not, and neither is Sean. But Sean's contribution as well to the club, you know, as being the chairman, as Martin mentioned earlier on, like we had a huge expansion in the club with the development of the all-weather pitch, which brought the club to a different level, and that needed to be administered, and Sean Wall stepped up to the plate with that. Not only does he do all that, like in all the negotiating over the year to try and get the pitch on the way, you know, the Robbie Keane stuff, all that sort of stuff. Sean was always in there with doing that, you know, and people don't see the work that goes on behind that. They only see the outcome. But like Sean doesn't only do that, like he's a strategist, he's a negotiator, he's a bit of a lobbyist, bit of a Susan Boyle as well. And somewhere in there, somewhere in there he found the time to get on board this with me, and I just can't thank him enough for that. The same with Martin and Sean. So anybody who does take time over the next few days to read the book, I just hope you enjoy some of it's only some of the history of the last 50 years of Crumlin United, and there's nobody allowed out of the room unless they promise to be here for the next 50th. Okay. But there are actually some people in the room who will be around for that, you know. It won't be any of us three, I don't think, you know. Yeah, we would definitely like, definitely that some of our successors to this now will be maybe doing something like this in 50 years' time. So thanks to Martin, Sean, and everybody else who's involved. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Well, where are you going? Bye. Okay, that nearly completes the formalities. If I forgot anyone, apologies. Again, thank you all for being here. Over 200 people. As I said, it's a testament to the club. Thanks to all the players, former players, managers, coaches, volunteers. Look, I just can't specify the stuff that it's done for this club over the years. Thanks to the people that made the awards. It was very, very much appreciated. And I'm not being disingenuous, but I think it was well deserved for what our club have done over the last 50 years for football, not alone in Dublin, but across Europe. You know, the Robbie Keanes, all the players we produced, all the kids that we're going to produce coming up, with Gerard O'Brien helping us hopefully, and Andy Delaney over there with the links with the League of Ireland clubs. You know, probably something that a lot of people didn't fancy, but you know, we jumped into the tent early, and the tent will just get bigger, and hopefully there is a few things to be addressed with that, but hopefully it can be addressed and we move on, and football will get stronger and stronger in this country. As you look at the moment, all the underage teams and the women's teams, they've all done really well. So, a bit of pressure on Martin Dean now over the next 2 weeks, so look at, come on Ireland, have a great night, and happy birthday Crumlin United. Thank you.